Good morning. Welcome to the Peace Place. I'm Coach Judy, and here to bring you a word of love and a place to focus attention throughout the day. It's a place of peace and love and power to renew life. It's a place where we can learn to respond rather than reacting automatically with offense and defense when words pierce us. It's a place where we can hear God's spirit of love rather than what we know and expect, the ways that we have called familiar. It's a place where we can be transformed by God's love. He really is the know it all. He knows everything about everything all the time, and He is unconditional love, and He is good. It's a place where we can learn to know and abide and listen for direction, to find and walk out the plan of love, the purpose, and the goodness that God planned for our lives. Now, have you noticed that life changes only when we respond in a new way, not a reviewing way, not a familiar way? Have you noticed that we get only short-term results when we try to change ourselves? When we rely only on our minds and the automatic patterns and habits, we get what we always got, and we wonder why nothing changes. If we want some other way, we must learn to become another way. I invite you to come out of the fog of man's plans that are often repetitive, destructive, and divisive, and learn to know, live in, and focus on God and love's ways, including His transforming power. Now, today, very excited at the end of our first week with you online. We scheduled some time for you to ask questions. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a place where you'll be able to do that. And in the meantime, while you're thinking about what you're wondering about Coach Judy, the Peace Movement, what there is in it for you, I just am really excited to hear what questions that you have. So first of all, I'll just briefly share the prayom of the day, and then we'll go to your questions so I can hear what's on your mind. The mask. Take off the mask and be amazed at what you find within the gaze of God's amazing love. Not what you thought just might be there, not what they said, which sometimes give you scare, not all alone that which we fear, but be embraced, be consumed, and be endeared. Defend will no longer be the goal. Pretend could fall far from your soul. Link to becomes a way of life, led by the norm instead of strife. The world around it has its way to pull you off your path, to make you think you have to pay, to intimidate you with wrath. But listen within and hear God's voice. So wise, so kind and clear. History ways, no longer the only choice. Let love just draw you near. How can I tell? You sometimes say. How do I know God's way? Would He really speak to me, heal my heart, and set me free? I've done much wrong and can't forget. My life defined by much regret, we often say. Punishment, yes, it must come. Just badger me till I am numb. That's man's familiar way. But yes, there is another way, with no more painful price to pay. Just lean on in. Do this, your part. You'll be amazed. He'll change your heart. Believe within your heart and say, forgive me, Lord, show me the way. I've tried it all. This road I've laid. Repeat of past cruel games I played. I wonder now what he could do if what you have to say is true. Forgive me, Lord, is that the key? The first step that will set me free. But what if then he walks away? He's not like man. He doesn't play. He's faithful and his word is true. Call on his name. He'll answer you with love. There was a time in my life where I didn't believe any of this was possible for me. But as I learned to listen to, first I discovered that God was real and listen and follow his way. These over 1,000 stories like this, stories that have absolutely transformed my life. So I just invite you to engage and see what happens when he gently peels the mask off and shows us who we really are. So that's the word for today. And now I'm just going to turn to some questions. If you have questions here on the right-hand side, I'll wait for them and respond to them. Okay, I have one here that says, are you still writing crayons? Well, yes, whenever the inspiration touches me, I've written over 1,000 of them, and I continue to write them, and I'm committed to writing them as long as I'm hearing from what I know is that peace that passes all understanding. So, yeah, I'm still writing, and hopefully, because they continue to change my life as I get reports that they change others' lives. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to write. Anybody else have any questions they have for me this morning? Okay, let's see. What is my favorite crayon? Oh my goodness. Probably my very favorite is the Peel Me Back. And you can find that many places, but it starts Peel Me Back, that which I've known me to be, because I realized that with my understanding and the way that I formed a lot of those thoughts are things that don't bring a lot of abundant life to me. So when I saw that Peel Me Back, and I learned that God has such a tender hand, that's sometimes still relatively a refreshing thought for me, to think that God is real and he will show me. So Peel Me Back probably is one of my all-time favorites. And so that's every one of them that I engage with. Again, he shows me something new from that. So anybody else have any questions out there for me? Yeah, there's so much in life that we only have our mental answers to. And what I have found through this amazing process that God has given me called the Peace Movement, that it continually transforms my life. He continually helps me hear differently. The expectation that I have is a different expectation. So someone out there, okay, ask me, do I do personal coaching? I do. And we're setting up a link on our site. If you go to prayons.com, there's a place that you can learn more about that and what's available. Because one of the things that God has given me over time is the capacity to hear a person's heart. And so I focus on that and then using all the other 7 decades of experience and skills that God has given me. And my commitment always is that people move closer and closer and be able to live in the plan that God said for their lives. So there's a lot of things that we have to unlearn before we have the power and the freedom to be able to walk in the path that He gave us. So that's what I get to coach people and help people do. So I'm just gonna just wait for one more second. If anybody has, I feel so privileged to be able to have this platform. That I can come to you and that I can share with you what it is that I believe that God is wanting so desperately to reveal love to us, and we choose so many other things. So thank you for signing in with us. And every day we plan through the week, Monday through Friday, we plan on being live at 11. We're calling them, and so I just invite you to visit prayings.com. It'll take you to the peace movement. You'll learn more about what that is and what it is that I do here. And my dream and desire that each person can find their purpose, their mission, their focus, and the capacity to love with the kind of love that God intends for us. So this is Judy checking out for today. See you on Monday. Peace out.